Hey guys, and welcome to my first little test stream of me playing a couple of video games. So we're going to be starting with just maybe half an hour or so of Elite Dangerous. It's a space simulation game, and I'm going to show you just a little bit of me playing it. So, if you don't know about this game, you start off in the middle of some random part of space, and you basically have complete control over what you want to do. You can go and be a pirate, you can be a trader, that's what I've chosen really to be. You can focus on just diplomacy missions and building your reputation. If you look over here, we've got three basic things that I can work on. Combat rank, trade rank, and explorer rank. So you can see I'm harmless and I'm aimless, but I'm only mostly penniless because I've actually been working on trading my way up in the world. So I'm going to start by taking a random mission. So let's see what this spaceport has for me in terms of missions today. They may not have anything, and if that's the case, we'll have to go somewhere else, but that's fine. Bulletin board. Do you have anything for me? Food sort and cookery. Okay, fantastic. They don't trust me enough to have me go and bring them coffee. What is this? I'm not some sort of, like, I'm lower on the totem pole than an intern. Okay, so that'll be all of that. They don't seem to have anything else here, so I'm just going to, let's see. This starport happens to be a industrial station, so they produce quite a lot of things I can go and sell elsewhere, so I'm going to pick up some stuff to take somewhere. If it loads, there we are, good. Cool, so we want stuff that they've got high supply, because that'll be stuff that largely is lower. See here, we got marine equipment. It is, their sell value for that is 3,600, whereas the galactic average is 4,400, so I can probably buy a few of these and make a pretty penny. So I'm going to take a big gamble for the purpose of this stream. I'm going to completely buy out all that, and let's find somewhere where I can sell all of those. So let's just get a bit more information on what I just bought. Marine equipment is consumed by agricultural planets, so let's see if we can find an agricultural place in the galaxy. So this is a bit of an intimidating view, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the view options, and we want to just look at agricultural planets. Okay, well that's handy. We've got two really close by. The Epsilon Eridani is really close. We're here, so we're gonna just plot our route there. Cool. Right, so let's get the hell out of this space station, which is sometimes a bit annoying. Yeah, so we've got to get loaded up and out. We've got to remember, like, specific protocol so that we don't end up screwing up our ship. So first things first, once we're in the air, let's get rid of our landing gear so we don't bump that on anything.
Ship released. Engines
Cool.
engaged. Landing
Right.
gear retracted.
So I'm playing this with a controller. You can play this with just keyboard and mouse, but it seems really difficult to me to just do it with that. The mouse doesn't quite match what you want from pointing directly up and down, as you have to constantly readjust how much of the mouse you're using. So this just seems like a better fit. If I had money to throw away, I would get a cool flight stick. This is the sort of game that would really benefit. Okay, so we are now out of the space station. We made it out without any problems. And if you look in the center there, there's a little icon that says that we are mass locked. That means we're too close to the space station in order to make a big jump, but it's going to tick off in just a second. And then we can make our jump to Epsilon Eridani. There we go. We can head up and charge on up.
Frameshift drive charging.
Sweet. Okay, so as we can see, right now we are more than a year away from Epsilon Eridani, so that's quite a ways. However, once we get into this hyper jump, then it's going to be significantly less than that.
1. Engage.
Here we go. Here we go. So we can look around during this, but we can't actually operate the computers. I don't know what it is about this weird mode that means that we can't use our computers, but that's alright, because we are basically there running into a sun. Okay. let's find somewhere we can sell these things. So let's make sure we're not going at a... If you look at the speed at the bottom right there, you can see we're going at around 0.35, 0.4 C, where C is the speed of light, so we're going very fast. So let's see, navigation, what places are in this system? New California, that sounds good. Let's head there and see if they want to buy what I'm selling. Here we are, New California. So they are 290 odd light seconds. So we're going to increase our speed to multiples of the speed of light, which if you're a physics guy or physics girl, then that's going to be making you think, this isn't possible. Well, guess what? It's sci-fi. I got nothing better to say than just that. So here we are, we're coming in on New California. Going 13 times the speed of light. Now let's slow down, because otherwise we're going to massively overshoot, which is an easy thing to do in this game. We're coming in on the planet, and we can actually start to see that the place we're going to is going to be orbiting. I believe this is maybe a star orbiting at the big star that we nearly crashed into. Yeah, here we are. So these blue lines are orbits around this thing to give you an idea of how close we are. I think it's on a logarithmic scale if you're into that. So here we are. Yeah, there's a... Oh wait, is New California the planet? Have I just gone all this way to a planet when I want to go to a space station? Fortress Kusen. There we are. So the planet was New California. Well, that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can get to this space station, Fortress Kusen. Alright, let's not go too fast. We don't want to overshoot it, as I said. Okay. 5 seconds. It's never quite exact because we're going at different relative speeds, and I've got to be ready to jump out when this is a safe distance. Come on, here we are. We can head on out now. Here we are. This is a rather big space station. It's a bit bigger than the one I came from, Gidzenko Terminal. Here we are. Okay, so several things you got to do when you get to one of these to make sure that they don't just shoot you and give you a big ton of fines. Besides having no like illegal cargo or carrying slaves or something crazy like that, then you just need to ask for permission to dock and then obey their rules. Oh, cool. So we've been given permission. Let's head to landing pad 4. Now, usually there's like an obvious place to get into, and it seems that we'll probably be parking our ship or docking in here. So I'm gonna boost ourselves up to the top of this. Yeah, here we go. And we're gonna turn us around slowly so that we don't just turn around and smash it. Here we are, we've got the lights. We're being invited in. Let's make our way up and turn ourselves so we're facing in and slow ourselves down so we're not crashing. Here we are. This took a bit of getting used to. We gotta be careful that there's no other ships trying to come through at the same time as we're going out. Okay, so I think it was 4 that we needed to park at, so let's go and... Yeah, in fact it's telling us at the bottom. Proceed to landing pad 4. Right, so let's bring our landing gear out.
Landing gear deployed.
Cool. And now I've just got to line myself up and go in slow enough that I'm not going to crash into anything. No promises. Here we come. Down, and you see we've got a little visualization of where we want to be. We want to get our red circle in the middle of their like target. And that looks good.
Docking
Sweet.
successful. Engines
Right, let's see if we win the lottery. Let's head into their services and see what they want. Head to the commodities market. If we're lucky, we go down to marine equipment. Oh, ho, 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 here we are. They are paying. And they've only got low demand. Now, we could make 300 odd, was it? 300, nearly 400 profit for each one of these we're selling. Which is pretty good, considering that there's a risk involved in carrying this. So I might actually just cash out. However, this may not be the wisest thing. Let's go with it. Let's submit that. Sweet. So we made quite a bit of money there. We're still only mostly penniless. One day, I will not be mostly penniless. Right, so let's see what they can sell. Well, let's check if they've got any jobs for us, because jobs usually allow us to pick up, give us an idea of where we're going, and see if we can double up on any money to be made. So, we need to go back here and go to the bulletin board. Okay. Scrap purchasing. They want us to grab them some scrap. That's not very much, though. It's not really. We made a lot more than that. Well, we didn't actually. Oh, that's illegal. I'm staying above the law for now. Perhaps in another episode I'll do some piracy or something. But right now, I just want to make an honest credit. No, there's no jobs here. So let's head to the commodities market. So we've got a lot of things here in medium supply. Anything in high supply. I'm just going to scroll all the way down, see if there's anything that's in high. Nothing at all. So let's try and find a relatively expensive medium supply item. Here we are. Tea, that's roughly 300 profit per one that we'd be selling. Same with coffee, we'll be putting a bit less risk up. And animal meat. Let's go with coffee, because while he didn't want me to, I'm feeling a bit sore about not being able to provide for Gidzenko Terminal. So I'm going to buy 16 coffee. God knows if that's just 16 really expensive cups, or maybe 16 barrels of coffee, right? We need to find somewhere that wants coffee. It's consumed by all except agricultural. So thinking about it, this was maybe a bit at risk, because we need to go to a non-agricultural planet. So let's go to view, and let's just view all. And get rid of agriculture. We could go back to Kokiri, which I've kind of chosen as my home point in this game. It's reasonably close. I can't remember where Sol is, which is our solar system. But one of my early goals in this game was to make it to the solar system. In fact, let's find that just to show you guys. Right, where is the Sol system? Here we are. So I went to Alpha Centauri. Okay, so we're just significantly lower than it. Okay. I think we need a permit to even go to Alpha Centauri. So let's go back in and just find a nice close by place that we can sell this coffee. We are the Intergalactic Starbucks. Or Starbucks, if you will. Tulfa, that sounds like an interesting name. Can we get there in one jump? Sweet. I recently upgraded my engines. Now, I can purchase trade data, but it doesn't actually give me that much in the way of info. I can go off of what my best guess was the last time I was in Tulfa, but I can't remember if I've actually been here before. Here we are. There's a refinery and high-tech Crook Hub. That sounds legal. Cady Hub. Kellium Orbital. Is there anything that sounds a little bit more on the level? Because I'll be honest, when you're traveling from planet to planet, all you've got to go on is the name, and while Tulfa is a funny name, it doesn't inspire confidence. Omicron to Eridani. What do we have here? Okay. Hodgkinson Station. Or let's head to Hodgkinson City. Nah, we want to go to Reed City. City is going to have a higher population, I would think. Does it have a population on any of these statistics? It does here. So population of this system is 70,000. And I bet that most of them will be living in this city. Cities have people, and people need... Right, yeah, we're gonna head to this. So this is in the Omicron to... Nah, I don't want Tulfa anymore. Where's that? I want Omicron to Eridani. Let's plot our route, and let's get off of this space station. But let's be safe. Let's refuel. Right, launch me. Fortress Kusun. If this works out well, I might have just established a nice little trade route for me to be building up some credits along the way.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
My first upgrade, I'm not actually in the beginner ship, so I've skipped the part of the game where I was playing, learning it, and I've skipped the part where I was in a non-transport ship when I'm trying to do transport missions. Let's follow this guy out and hopefully not be going the same way as him. So yes, this is my second ship. I've upgraded several parts of it, so it's going to be a bit further into the game. It's not at the start. Right, we're mast locked at the moment with landing gears down. The cargo scoop, which is what you use to pick up cargo from other ships, or if you go mining or something. I've not really used it that much. That is not deployed, so we've been scanned. Who was that by? Probably just the federal security. That's okay. I am not carrying anything illegal. I wonder if coffee is illegal where I'm going. I should have checked that, but you know, we've kind of plotted the course now. We're not mast locked. Let's go, and if I can check it in the time it takes, and if I can cancel it in this time. Oh, is it illegal? Prohibited. Ah, no coffee, so that's fine. And we're gone.
2, 1.
So we're not going to be an illegal Starbucks. Okay. So I'm quite enjoying this game. I do feel that sometimes you're left to find your own fun, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Minecraft is another game where you've got to make your own fun. I've spent countless hours doing random stuff on that. I need to stay away from that sun because you can really quickly burn your ship out, as I've accidentally discovered. Fortunately, I was able to get away before any lasting damage was done to the ship. Right, we are off the cooldown. I'm going to jump us over to the next one. Cool. So yeah, let's have a look around the ship. We can actually see quite a ways around, and if I was playing with Track IR or some other virtual reality, you'd be able to look a bit more freer even than this. But yeah, check it out. You can see me, you can see my hands. That's exactly what I look like in real life. What do you mean real life? This is exactly what I look like because this is me. Oh, I can even see my feet. I'm wearing... What the hell? I've got like little toes. Right, let's not go into that. Let's not worry about the toes. Let's just get away from that sun. Right, we need to go to... Was it Reed City, I believe? Huh. There we are, Reed City. Locked destination. Let's hope it's not too far. Because jumps between the big stars happens pretty fast like that. But as you can see, this is a significant amount of light seconds away, even if we're going at the speed of light. So we're going, this is quite a distance away. So I'm going to just be speeding us up as much as I can, and we're probably going to get up to somewhere in the region of 300 to 400 times the speed of light, which is crazy. So it's a small little looking space station. I might... Let's hope this coffee works. What happens when I turn the ship lights on? That seems like an unnecessary power draw. If I need to see it, it will be lit. I'm not hunting down miners for their minerals. I'm not hunting down pirates. Although I do have weapons. I'm not unarmed. I'm not completely useless. There's an unidentified signal source. I wonder what that could be. Sometimes you'll just discover random stuff as you're flying around. Can you see? I can't. I haven't got a mouse cursor, but can you see it on the left of the screen? There's like, is that my cursor? There is something that is meant to be not there. If you look just above the left, like air conditioning units, there's a dot there, and as I change my view around, it's almost a star that just flies around like it doesn't care. Is that meant to be like some lens flare? Weird. Interesting. Well, I don't know quite what the purpose of that window is, but perhaps in a dogfight, if I was rolling, I'd be able to see out that window and make an intelligent maneuver in order to save myself. It's highly unlikely. So we're still 30 minutes away going at this speed, so we're going to need to get significantly faster if we're going to get it to Reed City on any sort of real schedule. If you look where my camera is centered at the moment, you can see a circle with a blue dot in the middle, and that is, if I rotate around and move, you can see that's our target, and that's how it's what locks, so we can actually see where it is even if it's behind us. If it's in your rear 180 degree cone, then it will have a empty circle, and as it's a full circle right now, we know it's in front of us, and we can also see it as a target, so that's all good. A couple other things you might be interested to know on this UI right here is that, if you can see, we've got Reed City alignment blue, that's the faction which controls it, and we've got distance and speed. As we get closer, those are actually useful because you need to adjust your speed so that you're in the blue when your distance is in the blue, in order to safely be able to come out of this Super Cruise mode. And if you leave it too late, you go smashing into the city, and I've done that once. It was not a good time. Had to rebuy my ship, which at the time was only like 1,000 credits, but that was a significant amount of my total savings and value. So here we are, we're getting up to about 330C there, that's nice. For a test stream, I've managed to pick a particularly far away thing, even in terms of intergalactic distances. So yeah, it's a good game, it's cool. I'm interested in trying out a bit more of the combat stuff. My first ship was a sort of an all-arounder, and I found myself doing transport missions, so I ended up going for this, and see if I can find out what the actual name of this ship is. I've got no regional permits. Statistics. No, I don't know if I can find it. It's probably somewhere. What basic discoveries? Have I been not using that? Has that been turned off for forever? Oh, this is fire groups. Okay, weird. Oh, I'm gonna search all of these off because I do not know what they do. I will probably... Don't mess with stuff. Here we are, it's a hauler. That's the name of this ship. And that's kind of what it looks like. Well, there isn't really a time other than in these sort of windows where you can see what it looks like, but you can see it when you're buying it. Inside it's a lot nicer than my first ship, I think. It's a little bit more roomy, got more leg room. There we are, we're getting up to nearly 600 times the speed of light now. We're closing in on Reed City. Let's hope that Reed City enjoys a good cup of joe. So on the right of this circle, you can see in the middle, which is sort of a radar, you can see the throttle. And if I put it into this blue zone, it will automatically, it generally will automatically adjust my speed based off of what the relative distance is between me and the next closest thing that matters. If I put it in the blue, it will try and slow it down more smart and speed it up more smart so that I won't be overshooting things, although it's not perfect. There's been a lot of times where I've been cruising on this sort of almost autopilot, and I've been thinking, cool, I'll make it there, and it will slow me down. And then it doesn't do anything near what I actually need it to do. So let's put it back up to full throttle, because this is still 100,000 light seconds away. That's a very big distance to cover. Good thing we've got a ton of fuel. We're not using up very much just getting here. It would be disastrous if we ran out of fuel out here. We would probably have a full game over. I don't know if that's even a thing. Oh, we got... What is this? This is a ship? Well, it's gone, because we are now going... That's the thing, we can check out what contacts we have here, and we've just got low energy frame shift drive wakes, and frame shift drive is the thing that charges and lets us go at these ridiculous multi speed of light speeds, or multiples of the speed of light. So we're closing in on Reed City. This would be a place where I might cut it if it was a actual episode. So I'll say next time I'll show you what happens when we get to Reed City. Thanks for watching. And welcome back. We're getting close now to Reed City. It's not very far at all. We're looking to sell off all of this coffee that we picked up on the last planet that we visited. And I'm really, really hoping that we're going to be able to make some money on this because I spent everything. Got 21,000 credits. And if it was a good profit margin, because Reed City's far away, it's a bit remote. No one, I wouldn't want to come here again after this really long trip. So hopefully, this is actually a very wise investment. Plus, everyone wants intergalactic Starbucks. So you notice that the relative speeds are already coming down because we're getting much closer to Reed City. We're now less than 40,000 light seconds. Sometimes I kind of make a little game out of it where I try and line up the reticule with its orbit. It's pretty easy to do, but sometimes when you're waiting to get to somewhere as far away as this Reed City place, you gotta make your own fun in space. You know that old saying, in space, no one can hear you yawn and do anything about it. I'm gonna slow down this. Let's keep this full throttle. Never mind. I'll bring it slower when we get close to like 30 seconds, and then I'll actually pull down my throttle because otherwise we're just gonna be in this Super Cruise forever. Oh, there's that rogue Stardust thing. So yeah, so far so good. Reed City. One has to wonder why it's named Reed City. Do they produce reeds for instruments? Do they perhaps read but not understand spelling? In fact, I wonder if there's anything on the galaxy. Let's slow it down. Is there anything on the galaxy map that might clue us in to why this place is called Reed City? System view. Any lore? Reed City. Poor, tiny population, refinery and extraction and economy. Nothing. And then, what's the name of this system? Omicron 2 Eridani, small refinery operation. Once, oh, I didn't catch that. Once known as Cade. Huh. If I wasn't afraid of how interesting it would be for you guys to watch, I would be looking up exactly where Cade originates from in terms of a name. It's probably some... It's got to be a reference point if they put it in. Or if they named their system after it and then changed it to Omicron. You could imagine that it changes the name after some sort of war. Still doing fine for fuel, so this is fine. Coming in. Let's speed it up a little bit. Let's try and get down to 30 seconds to Reed City. Now, I'm slightly worried that I've just read that it's a poor city, where I should have taken it to a rich place, because it's rich places where they know... Well, rich places where I feel my prejudice tell me that people will be more willing to pay over the... pay out their nose for a good cup of coffee. I'm hoping this is good coffee, because there wasn't an option for good coffee or bad coffee. Fortunately, we won't have to make this ludicrous trip on the way back, because you just need to point yourself at the big stars, and then these small stars like this are much easier to... are the ones you have to travel within the system to. So this has a ton of planets. Reed City, 30 seconds, come on. Bring us just that little bit closer. We're less than 1,000 light seconds away now. Come on. It'll start slowing it down soon, but I kind of want to just let it go. Come on, you can do this. Let's bring it down to 20 and then I'll slow it down. There we are. Okay, I'll trust the computer to do the next bit. That's quite a bright sun. Now that we're getting a bit closer, we can actually see just the scale of stuff here, because we could not even see that star, and now is Reed City really far out? Oh geez, we're getting really close now. Oh god, we're gonna overshoot it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna show you a perfect example of what it's like to overshoot. Reed City's not even orbiting the star here. That's interesting. Why on earth is that? This must be orbiting some other heavenly body that's not orbiting. I don't understand that. That's weird. Very weird. We got 2 planets here in an entwined orbit. 2 celestial bodies. Ah, well, let's not worry about them, because guess what, guys? We're about at Reed City. You can see over here we're coming down to quite a small distance between us and that, and we can come out of our super cruise when we get reasonably close. Come on, just a little bit further. A little bit further. Seems its orbit's coming towards us, so that's cool. We can see the orbit getting wider as we're getting closer. Come on. Reed City, baby. Please. Take my coffee and pay a lot for it. Alright, we're here. We made it. To be turned away here would be pretty upsetting. So this is a much smaller station to the last one. As you can see. The last one we were this far away and we were tiny in comparison, whereas this, I think we can already see the docking place. Landing pad 2 of 2, I would imagine, because I think the first one's on the opposite side of that. So, my predictions are that they are going to be too poor to afford our expensive coffee, so we're going to have to take it somewhere more high class. Well, not high class. It's not that being poor makes you not high class. So I'm going to have to do some tricky maneuvers to get it, because you need to face the right direction in order to dock in these things. Let's bring out our landing gear, so we're just going a tiny bit slower.
Landing gear deployed.
Here we go, we're coming in now. And, oh nice, I've actually done this pretty nicely. Let's just need to not go too fast now, and I need to come massively down. Okay, just a little bit further, come down. Yeah, let's enter the hangar and let's grab some information about your commodities market. Okay, let's go down to coffee. We can make 202 per. That's good enough for me. Success. 3,000. I mean, it's not a lot, but I haven't actually got many cargo spaces. This is a hauler, but I've only got 16 cargo slots at the moment. Perhaps this place has something in nice high supply that I can actually deal with. A lot of mediums there. A couple more mediums. Synthetic fabrics. I'm only doubling money. And then this would be a place that would be pretty good if I could have a lot of cargo space, because look at the profit margin on that. I'm buying it for 15 and selling it for 74. That's huge. But the problem is I can only carry 16 of them, so I'd still be making less than almost one of those coffees. Here we are. Oh, I mistook the supply number for the galactic average. Let's see, we're looking at 800 up to 1,100. That's a 400 for tantalum, or tantalum. Silver, 500. That's pretty cheap silver. That looks good. I'm looking at silver thinking that looks nice. It's palladium is 300. But look at how much more you have to spend on each individual one. I can't actually afford that. That's 300. Ooh, indium. That is very nicely... Oh, that's 500 per? Just slightly under 500? I mean, so silver. Well, probably keep silver in mind at the moment. Oh, gallium. Copper. I've been down the beryllium road before, and I am hesitant to get on it again. Let's go for silver. Silver is used by all except agricultural, refinery, extraction, and military. So it's got a wide range of appeal. We can actually take it straight back to... was it Gidzenko Terminal is my favourite place at the moment? I think it's Gidzenko. It's in Kokiri. Let's have a look. Gidzenko Terminal. It is a refinery and industrial, and what does this say? Produced by, and it's consumed by, refinery. Ooh, maybe that's not the best one. High-tech and industrial lithium. What was another one that was like 500? Here we are, this is what we want. We're going to go for the indium route. It's a little bit more expensive. So we're going to be spending all of my money for 7 of these. So we stand to make 3,500 if this is a successful venture, or around that region. Let's go for it. Alright, let's launch. I didn't refuel, did I? Fortunately, it's just a short jump to Kokiri, so I'll be fine. I don't need that. Cool. I'll be glad to get out of this system. That was a long trip for a very small amount of profit.
Engines engaged.
I will not be making this trip again. I'm going to be staying well clear of Omicron, formerly Kaid. Did I not set my route? That was poor of me. Here we go. And...
Cannot comply.
Oh, no landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Here we go. That's more like it.
Frameshift
Now we can
drive
actually get out of
charging.
here. If we make it back here and we make a profit, then I've just realised that I've put us below our rebuy. Oh no! If we get attacked during this, I potentially could lose a lot of my ship.
Engage.
So let's hope that doesn't happen. You can actually get knocked out of this super cruise mode that you come into after these by pirates that are looking to do evil, nasty things. Right, Gidzenko Terminal, give us a lock on that. Cool, it's over this way. Right, let's get over there, get home, and call it a day. Here we are, we're getting close. Let's slow it down. So you see this is much closer to the big star, so I don't need to worry about getting there in quite the same way. Wow, we're getting really close already. This is why I quite like Gidzenko as a safe place to go back to, because it's somewhere. I also think the system named Kokiri reminds me of Kokiri Forest, or Kokiri Forest in Legend of Zelda, so it's homely. Here we are, we're getting closer now. Less than a light second away. Getting in closer and closer. Let's get ready to come out of this jump. Come on. Nearly there. So this is where a pirate might scan me, see that I'm carrying a bunch of whatever the element I bought was, and try to knock me out of my drive so that they can steal my cargo and kill me. Which sounds quite interesting. I'd quite like to try that, but until I've got a little bit of savings, I'm going to leave the pirate life. Let's Kind of a weird thing to say, because normally it's not something you go for. I suppose people go into the piracy for the riches. Here we are, we're at Gidzenko Terminal, safe and sound home. So you can request docking anytime that you've got contact with the terminal, but unless you're close enough, they won't even give you, because they might be thinking, oh, you're going to try and sneak your way in with some illegal cargo, because if you're this close they can scan your cargo and they don't view you as a threat. You can see my shadow. Okay, so here's the lights. I just spotted them. Let's head on in. Maybe reduce my speed once I'm looking a bit more further close to the top of it. Here we are. I'm going to slow myself down now. Line myself up and put myself right in that hole. Okay, here we are, we're going in. Landing pad 43. I do not believe that they have 43 landing pads in here, but do you know what? If they want to call this one 43, I'm happy for them to do so. Let's slow it down, bring out the landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Slow it right down and bring it down now. Come on, this will be a perfect round trip.
Docking
We made it
successful.
into the hangar.
Engines
Starport Services.
disengaged.
Please buy whatever metal I bought for more than I paid for it. Commodities market. Here comes the mountains truth. Making a 6 credit profit on each one sold. At least we made our money back. So yeah, that was just a maybe half hour or so of, you'll know when you're actually looking at this, of Elite Dangerous gameplay. Thanks for watching.